Hello and welcome to the 10th episode. We are going to head straight into the alien invasion in September this time. My first assault carrier will arrive then, and then 2 more in the month afterwards. Now meanwhile we are going to continue pushing up our team, which means I am actually going into neural engineering here, because I have bought with the money that we have all the upgrades we can get here currently. So basically everybody has as many upgrades as possible, except for this one. I'm going to save up for computer scientist here. And the reasons for these are pretty easy. We need more espionage so that we are not discovered that easily. For example, Jack here has 1 espionage now with all the upgrades. That's terrible, we need more. Else they are going to get discovered easy peasy. And that's a problem. Of course, our new bases are going up after we lost previous ones. Earth stations are still a problem. We have to get probably a new one up, but I'm going to be a little bit conservative now. I wait until... maybe I'm going to try another station. Not sure. I will think about it. Meanwhile, we have in the last episode finished the last government score claim removal, so we had a hostile claim there, and the last one is gone now, so we could consider actually taking out one of our claims that we still have available. For example, Kuala Lumpur here, so going into Indonesia, or rather Malaysia, or something else. I'm not sure right now what else we maybe want to take. Actually, we do have 2 claims on China, interesting. But we are not going to go for this right now. For example, Sri Lanka would also be an option, but I think I favor Malaysia here due to the fact that it's a bit more advanced, 10.5 science here, and also a higher GDP. So that integration would be nice. And of course, Singapore would also be a nice addition to the club here. But that doesn't need to be fast now. Meanwhile, we are going to continue pushing into science here, as that is our main concern currently. And yeah, with that we are going to continue saving our agents so that we go to ground, and we are going to head forward and speed forward until September and await the invasion. Well, we have finished their weakness. It's July 2018 now. But it is tempting to regard the Hydra as almost godlike compared to humanity. Were that truly the case, they would have simply seized Earth in one fell swoop. The question then is not of whether there is any chink in their armor, but of exactly where it is located. Of course, no species, least of all a sentient one, would ever willingly reveal its own vulnerabilities. As such, directly questioning the Hydra about what they most fear was inevitably a fool's errand. More indirect methods were instead required, and have yielded a singular valuable insight.
The alien's best weapon may also be their Achilles heel, Colonel.
It's hard to conduct the interrogation when you don't know what you are looking for. How do you stop an alien species that can enslave anything it comes in contact with? Several scientists have suggested closing the wormhole, and under pressure, the Hydra admitted that this might be possible. But it would just be a temporary solution to a permanent problem. There would be nothing stopping the Hydras from creating another wormhole and trying all over again. Maybe doing something even worse. In the end, it was a chance remark that has set us onto the path. Under pressure, the Hydra admitted that the second enslaved species, the Griffins, had presented no military threat. However, the Hydras viewed them with special concern due to their propensity for biological warfare. Upon persistent questioning, the subject became agitated and implied that even humanity's relatively limited use of biological weapons in the past had further reinforced their decision to invade. Once we were done, and before coming here, I had a quiet word with some of our virologists. It's possible that the Hydra reliance on parasites might make them specially vulnerable to biological attacks. I think it's worth investigating. Our interrogation has suggested the possibility of using Hydra parasites as a delivery system for a biological weapon. Using various methods of persuasion, we have assembled a collection of virologists with expertise in engineered biological warfare. And yes, They got that expertise from exactly where you would expect. This project is going to be blacker than black. If it gets out that we've assembled this team, half the governments on Earth are going to turn on us. So research Hydra biowarfare when it becomes available, for which we need parasite resistance first. So that's next. And yes, I think we continue like we are currently here. Meanwhile, in between, I've taken asteroid base as an experiment because it will fix some gaps that we have in our resource production. And now we just move forward. Okay, we are here on 18th of September. In between, I have integrated my layer into our realm here. And the next step will be Ceylon here, or Sri Lanka. And then probably Nepal and what's it called? Bhutan. When we have the time for it. And afterwards, we're probably done for it. I don't think it's worth it for the other ones. So there's a little bit of stuff left, but Kathmandu here and Thimphu. Thimphu is already barely any population. And the others here are probably not worth the hassle to take them. And the other ones are occupied by China, so we can't go after them. Colombo is Sri Lanka, right? Yes. Singapore will be a thing we could do eventually, but we are not in a hurry for this one as well. But a little bit of progress in that regard. I'm trying to push my military score above 5 currently, just to have it nicely at 5. But we are mostly focusing still on science. However, now we are September, and we know what's happening now. There will be an invasion force landing soon. Or rather coming into orbit now.
We've moved the needle.
And here they are, and we cannot stop them.
Crackdown complete.
Okay. Sri Lanka's done. Which we should already consider here. Can we upgrade to 25 command? We can't right now, but we will find
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Permanent here, please. So let's get more of Sri Lanka here. There we go. The aliens appear to have moved to the next stage of the plan on Earth. This is no midnight visitation or surreptitious abduction, whatever. This is an open declaration that they are here and they are powerful. I believe they are preparing to deploy an army of alien war machines. Our visitors have dispensed with all attempts at subterfuge and arrive on Earth en masse, in plain sight and conspicuously well armed. Whether the show of force is intended to be a deterrent or is but the vanguard of a full-scale invasion may well depend upon humanity's response to it. Switzerland. Okay, so they have landed in Zurich, Bern. Okay, we believe we have only 32 days to stop it. And there's another fleet, a very big fleet actually. And this is in the middle of the European Union, which is occupied by the
We've removed some threats.
Protectorate, so they will go to war with them. I think. It's not servants. Servants would budge. Okay, let's see. Let's put everything we have into funding here. Because we're going to annex it anyway. So, let's see if we can pull off... What the... That's a big fleet from the initiative here. How much can they destroy there? This looks bad for them because the front is their main weapon. Gunships are destroyed. And it's gone. Impressive that they did fight this. We don't have the resources for a fleet. Not at all. Okay. So, can we intervene here? We need one more command to do whatever we want here. So can we get one command somewhere? Do we have someone within command org? You have something. We can't move this one. Okay, we are stuck at 24. That maybe was a mistake. Do we have something left here? No. There, and we cannot... I already did buy this one, right? Yes. So we shouldn't waste all of our money there. Okay, so we have to survive with 24 command. Let's see
Where
if
do
we
you need
can make anything work here. So we would assault the alien asset here. Minus 45. So even with... Yeah, we don't have the local support. That would be, I think, plus 3. No. No chance of getting in there. I don't know. We're not going to try this. I'm saving my ops here. So, yeah. Oof.
Acknowledged.
Could you? No, it's not the counselor, right? It's not the counselor, so you can't investigate this one to get bonuses. Well... Oh, Zurich Bern is still Switzerland. So it's not European Union, so it's... That's interesting that they land on servant terrain. Let's actually see what happens here.
Reporting in.
So now we
Where do
can
you need?
actually... We are going to go to war
Ready
with
for orders.
Sri Lanka here. They don't have allies actually. We could have declared war already. And our other two here are going to
let them
switch
find out.
focus
Acknowledged.
here. What? Why is it so heavily defended? Oh, popular
Turning up
support.
the heat.
Which means I have to
What's the up?
send him
Ready for my
over
mission.
and you can pacify my realm.
Restoring order.
There we go. And now let's see what will happen here in the near future. Oh, Pharaoh said it's also finished. Nice. Until we can ascertain some means of overcoming the aliens' chemosensory-based mind control, we are ultimately doomed to be in their thrall. Needless to say, this is highly undesirable. But armed with the knowledge that parasites are not a mere chemical sign, but in fact living cells, we have been able to formulate a treatment that shields humans from the effects, a vaccine as it were. A build run which requires regular booster shots in order to maintain effective. This unlocks a lot of other side projects, but now we can theoretically back into our main project. Actually, I want these two projects done.
Offering support.
Just in case of the
Offering
next
counsel.
invasion ship. Oh boy. 10 centimeters is a lot of economy probably. And we do this one here. Actually, we don't need to push this so hard. Let's go here. What are you doing there? What? Okay. Snap exercises. Oh, Bharat gains 0.24 cohesion. Bharat gains 0.1 to its military tech level. And Iran military tech level increases by 0.1. That's really nice because we need cohesion. Actually, I maybe have over-invested into Unity here. That is, we are at 99%. That maybe was too much. So we are going to, of course, pick the mobilize our own forces to match them here. And that puts us at really... This is pushes science up
Public
even
opinion
further.
is moving in our direction.
So that's really
Order
nice.
is returning.
And we can actually scale down Unity a lot here. I also want to scale down economy a bit. And we don't need the military now anymore. And there we go. New project available. So we are going to actually do this one now. Which will bring us closer to our end goal here. At least what we have to fulfill for the end of the campaign. But now let's progress forward here because
Targets lost.
yeah.
Policy direction complete.
Sri Lanka. There now we need to use all our fleets here. I don't know. You have a fleet. You have a fleet. That's it. Wait a second, you can also go there? Oh no, you are still on the xenoform hunt. So for our 4 navies must be enough for Sri Lanka here. I hope that works. Not okay, low Earth. I thought that area resistance is going after me. That would have been surprising. Japan is also coming to help us, which is unexpected. Okay, and getting. Come on, I don't care about these bases. So right now we care about the invasion. So that's in the next mission phase, of course. I know.
Standing by.
Sam, you are going to help as well here.
We must persuade the people.
And someone did the public campaign again here. That was just temporary, I knew it. By the way, we do have... What happened? Like, slight lag here. We do have 14.1k science now. Going up quickly. So that's really, really good. Come on, what's going to happen
The
now?
people will come to our side.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
I should start like
Things are cooling off.
next 5 days, roughly. Also, so much stuff that's finishing. Okay, this one is also important in case we have to fight. And I think we also... There was something about repair somewhere. Maybe we should also get... This one can't hurt either. Okay, we don't care about that
They slipped
crackdown.
away from us.
I'll repeat again. Okay, and here we go. Should trigger any moment now. There we go. So they spawn 3 armies here. And now they have full health. And they are going to take over Switzerland in no time, probably. The alien fleet is ravaging through Earth orbit now. So luckily, we are not on the menu currently.
Standing
So that's
by.
a good thing. At least for now.
We'll turn down the heat.
Where did I send him? That was not what I wanted to do. Can we already... I mean, we can try. If the crackdown
We're
works this
taking
time,
power.
then... Okay,
I will
let's
help
see
them.
what happens here.
Offering assistance.
Public
42%,
sentiment is increasingly with us.
53%.
We've moved the needle.
We lost
Oh,
their
come on.
trail.
Ah, here we are already. Okay, going home. And
The
let's
opposition
see.
remains
Yeah,
in
that was
power.
clear. I guess we are going to see an alien nation.
I work for you now.
Okay,
Where
I can
to?
fix these
At your
things in the
service.
mission phases afterwards.
Standing by.
I'm just
Your
curious
orders?
about this one here.
Where
There
do
we
you
go.
need me?
The aliens have carved a nation out of the former territory of Switzerland. Through human politicians there, the new alien nation is presenting itself to the world as a unifying force capable of solving Earth problems. With the aliens as the power behind the throne, the nation appears invulnerable to usual attempts to assume political control, crackdown, purges, and coups. Simply will not succeed. Only an internal rebellion or an outright invasion has a chance to remove the aliens from power. I really like this picture there with the aliens here as a shadow on the flag. And now they will do stuff from here and probably go to war with the European
Offering
Union,
counsel.
which is their only
I
neighbor
will help
for now. And we are going to observe what will happen here and speed forward. I'm going to fix my agents in between because I was so curious. So I should have got to ground in between. That was risky. In regards to research, we are still pushing the main objective and the global techs here in the direction we already talked about. Well, we have finished higher bio warfare. The revelation that, for all their arrogance, the Hydra have a deep-seated fear of biological assault. What? Hydra have a deep-seated fear of biological assault has been a guiding light as we seek an easier way to slaughter them. And ultimately defeat them once and for all. Our studies have confirmed that, due to the invaders' very nature, a particular form of bioweapon is indeed the Achilles heel. Our virologists have been able to exploit this weakness to devastating effect in small-scale testing. But doing so at a larger scale, required to put an end to the inhuman threat will require greater innovation.
We found the weapon that can
So-
win this war, Colonel.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but we've got some good news. We have finally learned why the Hydras are so frantic about the possibility of biological warfare. Those parasites they use to talk to each other go straight into the most vulnerable parts of a Hydra system without being filtered at all. Which means that if those parasites contain something harmful, it gets full access. It's like a human eating poison, except the Hydra can't vomit or spit it out. Of course, there's bad news as well. While parasites make it incredibly easy to infect a Hydra with bioweapon, they don't make them easier to kill. The virologists tried a dozen different viruses designed to attack Hydra tissue or cell structure. None worked. The Hydra immune system is just too strong. As soon as the virus started to spread, the Hydra leukocytes would adapt and wipe it out. Okay, so this is the part that isn't going into the AAR. One of our virologists is a guy called Dr. S. You have heard of him, but you would recognize his work. I really didn't want to bring him on board, but the handful of people who knew him admitted that he was the best, and he delivered. Dr. S took a different approach to the rest of our team. Instead of trying to beat the Hydra immune system, he came up with a way of compromising it. His virus migrates to the part of the Hydra anatomy they are calling the bursa, the Hydra equivalent to human bone marrow. It doesn't do any damage, just changes the recipe. The altered bursa produces altered leukocytes, and the altered leukocytes attack the Hydra system. Basically, it takes the super strong immune system the Hydra have and turns it against them. It starts slow, but once it gets going, well, let's just say it's effective. I've seen the tests and I honestly believe we have got the weapon that can win this war. Now we need a delivery system. Yeah, so we are getting closer to the end goal here. Question is, what do we want to focus on right now? Do we need the neutronium spiker? I guess we do need it eventually. So we should probably also do some of these projects here. But I think we also want to get... Yeah, I think I'm going to continue preparing for a fleet here. So we don't need to do this there. So we want these global projects to be done now. Meanwhile, something interesting has happened. The aliens are currently not going to war here. There's another UFO landing here which arrived in early March. So they have their armies here and they are somewhat stuck. The reason for this is pretty simple. They didn't declare war yet. And I think the reason for this is that the Protectorate owns the European Union executive at least. So that's why they didn't do this yet, because they like each other. But I think this will change over time. So probably eventually they will get freed, and then these are 9 armies. Actually a fourth invasion fleet is underway, which is going to be a problem as well. And if we check the orbit of Earth, we can see here that there are alien ships here, but there's also still resistance left, a few alien ships here as well. But yeah, there's a lot of fleet ongoing. And they're bombarding something. Changsha. What? Changsha Space Center, whatever that is. I have no clue where Changsha is. I have to admit that. But yeah, they're doing something which isn't great. But fine. It's not aimed at us directly yet. I've scaled up a little bit the GDP, or rather economy focus again, because we had 2 events in between which raised our sea level. We are already 1 meter above what should be. So, on paper, Bangladesh is probably gone already. By 1 meter sea water rise. Yeah, that's evil. I think that we are going to see the next event pretty soon, which is the West Antarctic ice failure, which will do a lot here of the Antarctic. There will a lot of melting, a lot of seawater rise here. I think we can't avoid it. Even if we would go to environment now, that wouldn't really help. But yeah, we can't do everything, right? We have to focus on science, and then we can maybe later fix the planet. Okay, we have progressed into July 81, and we have finished the wormhole project. I think this is the last one before we can unlock our faction final quest. So let's see. The phenomena known as wormholes entail 2 points in space-time, connected via an instantaneous quantum tunnel, most likely propped open by matter with negative mass. Though theorized upon as early as 1916, they have never been proven to exist until now. Our deep scans indicate a localized gravitational anomaly beyond the orbit of Neptune, where there very much should not be one. Specifically, we are registering gravity flowing inwards from a point orbiting an otherwise nondescript celestial body in the Kuiper belt. Our readings appear consistent with that of a stable Alice drainhole. In other words, we believe we are looking at the first recorded instance of a traversable wormhole.
Colonel, we're coming to understand the alien interstellar transport system.
The Hydra wormhole is, according to our eggheads, something called an Alice drainhole. Up until a month ago, they were telling everyone these things couldn't possibly exist. Now they're telling us that they do. Whatever. They've given a long technobabble explanation which is totally useless from a tactical perspective. Long story short, they have no idea how it works. They have no idea how the aliens made it, and they have no idea of where to start looking. The one bit of useful information they have come up with is that the 2 sides of the wormhole are unequal. Mass limits going back through the wormhole are much lower than mass limits coming here. Apart from that, all they can tell us is more research is required. I hate these guys. So now we have completed the choke point when it becomes available. Now meanwhile, I have been thinking about what we should focus on. And I think what I want to do currently is to take over China next. So why would I want to do this? Well, because I don't like the servants in control here. And I'm not sure what I should do to get in this direction there. Let me see, we need to... What do we need now? This is something we want eventually. We also need the tier 3 module eventually. But fusion reactors, civilian ones, welfare, economic... It's not bad. Maybe we do have a long-running project here. Now we push the deuterium and integration space economy through. So China here, first of all, it's infested with plants which we can remove over time. But also India is really finished now. We have 47 region. The last 2 with some population are in the hands of China. The others here are minor population, which I really don't care about. So we can just leave this one as it is. We should do some unity again, because they're pushing hard against us here. So something like this probably. And China here is probably easy to take. I mean, yes, it will cost us 240 control points to take over, which is a lot. But I think we can handle this. We have currently around 53. We're going to get 40 from global command structure. And I assume that our faction project, which is going to finish eventually, will get us another 50 or 100 maybe even. So, and if I remember it correctly from my first campaign, I think we have to basically throw the Servants of Earth as well for our faction goal. So we have to take it over anyway. And then we would get additional science and additional mission control. We don't need to build China into science as well, but we could, for example, make mission control here in China and boost if we need it. So this would get a different focus then. And probably we also needed to fix the economy, the climate of Earth if we want to. We are 3.1, almost 100 centimeters now, and if we check the control points actually, so no, wait a second, let's go after population. So our Bharat, of course, it's producing 3.85 billion tons of CO2. China is producing 3. And then we have the West African Union, 500 million. 200, 300, 600. European Union is down to 500 actually. And then America with almost 2. So America and us are pretty much the biggest. Ooh, wait a second, South America is also 1 billion by now. Well, it can be improved upon eventually. So that's why I'm considering maybe the civilian fusion reactors is not a bad idea to use. And maybe breaking into China. We can of course first aim for these 2 control points here, so that we can consolidate control faster. And that of course would be useful. But I think that's our near-term, long-term goal here for now. To get in there and somehow stabilize China as well, and then have these 2 super nations here. And yeah, we are at 17.7k science, and the alien nation still didn't break out. However, it started more wars and actually got into a war with China, but it still didn't touch the alien administration. We could of course try to, I don't know, help them somehow, but I don't know. I don't think I want to, because if we unleash these 9 units on the Earth, that would hurt. And they currently do have 7.7 attack value. Yeah, that's high. We have 5, so that's far away from that. Yeah, let's see. I'm not sure how to do it right now. Not sure. I think I'm going to progress a little bit further and push science even further now. Okay, I've progressed into November and we have finished the choke point. Further study of the Hydra wormhole confirms that it closely follows the rules first set down by Homer G. Ellis in his 1969 brainhole theory. Its design is essentially 2 circular plates connected at the center by 2 smaller circles of equal diameter, like 2 symbols touching or the central part of an hourglass. The drainhole's nature means that gravity flows in a single direction, emptying any matter that passes through it into the other side. This means that traveling from an origin side requires far less energy than traveling from the opposite direction. The simplest method of neutralizing the alien threat would thus appear to be closing or destroying the wormhole on our end, therefore isolating them from their reinforcement and source of exotics. In practice, however, this approach will be far from straightforward.
The alien gate is not one way, Colonel. We can send a weapon through.
Well, sending our ships through the Hydra wormhole is definitely out, even if we could get past the whole frontal attack on the Hydra sister problem. The mass limits are far too low. Anything we send back through there has to be extraordinary deadly in proportion to its mass. If you want to stop the Hydra from sending in an endless stream of reinforcements through an endless stream of wormholes, we are going to have to take that wormhole and send something through that will finish this for good. The only weapon that has the slightest chance of doing the job are chemical, biology, or nuclear. So, prepare to kill the hive. We have got our virus, now we need to figure out a way to spread it to the Hydras, all of them. So, the last project will... What? Again. Yeah, we are losing bases on Mars again because we tickled the servants in China and they didn't like that. Which means we are not going to do... we are not going to continue the China project here. So... yeah, but I think... here we are going to leave the episode. because we have progressed quite a lot here. The invasion were rather boring. There was a landing here, a fourth. Wait a second. Oh, it's in here. What's happening here? Oh, they are allies, that's why. So it will be interesting to see where the alien administration armies will go now, because they do have some wars ongoing, so they might go somewhere with what they are at war with. So let's see what will happen. They landed here, 3 armies are down there, but the main army is still stuck in Switzerland because they don't want to attack the European Union. Let's see for how long that will hold. But not in this episode, we are going to see that in the next episode. Our tickling of the servants, actually we tickled them a bit more than just doing public campaign here. We did some
Laying the
things
groundwork.
like detaining people who were going against us. So that's why they probably took revenge en masse. Our base here has what? Material research, that's annoying. Military science, that's also annoying. I already made a new energy base because they took that out, so that's unfortunate. We're going to lose a lot of progress here. We're also going to lose the science progress here. The question is, can we maybe... Could we maybe put up a station here that's replacing this? No, we still don't have... Oh, we have a Materials Institute here. Okay, so... I mean, that will still take 180 days, which is a long time. I think what we should do is see if we can maybe... make a new orbital here. And see if we can defend this. So we go to 3-layer defense arrays here, and then a fusion reactor array. There we go, and a farm. And see where that will get us. If that survives, we can make this into a new science station around Earth. Maybe. But yeah, let's see that in the next episode. This has seen a decent growth in science now. So we are going to reach 20k pretty soon. And we have expanded India to the maximum borders. We could consider what to do now. China is a little bit out of the question because of the complications. Oh, we could consider going for the African Union now. The Arab League actually has expanded into... interesting. We probably should abandon this one here. But nobody wanted it anyway so far. For whatever reason. Probably because the unrest is too high. So we could take this and then start expanding. Yeah, maybe that's an option. This one is also expanded. So that's... yeah, we could do this. Let's see. Something for the next episode. Leave a like and subscribe, and see you next time.